Hey guys, Mr. Breen here, and in this video I'm going to talk about opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, and here I'm just going to read the text, is the best thing you give up as the result of a decision. Now you know that in economics, we don't do the memorize the definition and then spit it out on a test thing. I need you to really understand what's going on here. Now, the word decision comes from a Latin word meaning to cut away. So when you're making a decision, really what you're doing is you're cutting away alternatives, and you're choosing one of them. So we're going to take a scimitar here, and we're going to have a choice between A and B. And if you choose, let's say you choose B, you have cut away A. You made just a slash through that, and that doesn't exist anymore, and that's your opportunity cost. Okay, let's give you a real-world example here. So let's say that you can either watch the Tigers, go to a movie, or do your homework. Those are your three options for what you can do with your evening. And we're going to assign those some values in terms of how happy it makes you. And the unit that we're going to use is called the util, which is just sort of an arbitrary unit. It's what does 10 utils mean, right? It just means it's better than 8 utils, and 8 utils is better than 5. So clearly in this situation, what are you going to do? You're going to watch the Tigers. Okay, that's the decision that you make. That means you can't make this decision. We're going to slash that with our scimitar, and we're going to slash that one with our scimitar. You can't make that decision either because you used your time to watch the Tigers. Now, what's your opportunity cost? Your opportunity cost is going to a movie. Because that's the next best thing, right? It's not the do your homework bit, because that was not as good as going to a movie, right? Your opportunity cost was going to a movie. Technically, you could have chosen one of these other options, but it wouldn't have been what we call very efficient. Because if you went to a movie, you can't watch the Tigers game. So you got 8 utils, but it cost you 10 utils. So you're actually down 2 utils. By watching the Tigers game, you're the best off that you can be. Okay, I want to make sure that we understand the difference between an opportunity cost and the way that you normally use the word cost in everyday language. Accounting cost is something like this. Let's say that you go to the store and you want to buy, I don't know, a smartphone for $400. So that's the accounting cost, is $400. But that isn't the opportunity cost. Remember that the opportunity cost is what you gave up by making that decision, the good thing that you gave up. So it's not the $400, because what we're really interested in is what else you might have done with the $400. So what's the opportunity cost of that decision? Well, maybe you could have bought a gaming system instead, like the Nintendo Wii U or whatever they have now, or the Xbox, or maybe it's 100 pairs of socks. Now, the reason why we make this distinction is because, again, as I talked about in the Factors of Production video, money is fake, right? Money is just a way of trading things more efficiently. What you're really doing is trading your own labor for the results of somebody else's labor, or, for you guys, your parents' labor. So the accounting cost is a dollar cost, sure, but what you're really doing when you're spending that money on one thing is you're not spending it on something else.